Hello, cheers, everybody. Welcome to another After Dark Beers. This one is episode number 31. We have some visitors at the VIP. I think they can stay.
All right.
Few girls want to join in, so they're going to be welcoming in our guests tonight. Our panel. We have miscellaneous brew reviews.
Cheers.
We have a drunken one.
Howdy.
Who had to run to the store.
I did too.
Special guest appearance. We have a beer man.
Cheers. All right.
And Thomas Metal 75.
What's up?
And myself, Bumpy Road. Cheers to the chat as well. I know some of you guys joined up pretty early. Dio was first. He was planning on just being in the chat tonight, but he will.
They talked me into it.
We got Joey Edibles.
Joey.
Caboclo Carlos. Hello, cheers. Hope
What's
you're still
up,
hanging
dude?
around.
This won't be long video.
I told him this may not be a long video. Didn't know how many people were going to show up.
I love you.
Cheers to Beer Man as well. I love you too. Burley Sullivan. Uke. Cheers to Burley. Cheers to Marion, the Butch, and Commerce. Aussie. Commerce. Do you have a dark beer? Are you drinking a dark beer? You want to join up?
Come on, camera one.
Come on,
How you
man.
wanna?
We got room.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, let me know if you do in the chat, and I'll drop the link if you want to join up. If not, I won't drop the link. But let's go ahead and get this rolling. We got miscellaneous going to be coming up first.
All right, what's up, everybody? So, yeah, I've got something here from Founders. Had it tucked away for a while. The bottle date says it's 20 days off being bottled a year, but I know this is more than a year old because it's barrel aged. So, yeah, what I've got tonight is the Maple Mackinac Fudge. Managed to hold on to a couple of these things. So, yeah, let's see what some time did to it.
Founder's glass. Ooh, proper glassware you in. How about that?
Nice.
A little gross.
Shake it.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yummy.
Pretty good. One finger, pretty tight knit, fluffy looking head there. Dark opaque. I'm sure everybody's familiar with this beer if you didn't see it a year ago. So I don't know if you're going to see it. I don't know if it's going to come back out. We'll see. Coffee's still there. Should be interesting. Smells pretty good.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
I have one more year left on my CBS,
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
and it'll be to the where they said to age it till.
Damn.
Hey, we got another guest popping in too. We got last beer.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers. He probably brought some heavily fruited sour. That son of a bitch.
Damn it, you already spoiled it.
Well, let's
Bring a heavily fruited
Hey.
sour.
All right. Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, I got one that you probably have troubles finding. That's this one. That's the only thing that I had at the store that was dark enough. Yeah, so get this extra stout. Y'all have seen it before. I got my glass of beer man sent to me for my birthday, and one of them anyway. He sent me 4 of them. Cheers, a little can of smoke. Yep, there you go. And get the pour on it. Money shot. Right, just like you'd think it would be. Nice head, about a finger and a half. The color of the head's kind of different from top to bottom. So that's kind of weird, but yeah. Can't see through it, of course. Smells awesome. Smells like the old favorite I remember. All right, cheers. Oh, and it is what is the ABV on this? 5.6. 5.6 on the ABV, 12-ounce bottle. Thank you for having me. By
Nice.
golly.
Thanks for making it. Thanks for making the extra
You
effort.
betcha. You betcha,
You know,
baby.
you know what that means? That means I
Commerce
appreciate you.
Ozzy, mine was bottled 9.25. He said he sold about
man.
10-14.
Oh, hey, man. All right.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
All right.
man.
Well, cheers and thanks, BuMpY, for letting me on. Cheers to the chat. Cheers to everyone here. Mount and Maca. I don't know how you say that, but these guys are from. I wasn't flipping everyone off. Sorry, I was
Yeah,
trying to
there you go.
salute you. This is an imperial stout. An imperial stout. These guys are from Netherlands, brewed and bottled in Bodegraven, the Netherlands. Ale brewed with coffee, unfiltered. Enjoy within 5 years. Keep cool and dark. Ingredients: water, pale, brown cara, and roasted barley malts, permeant, bittering hop, coffee, wild mocha. Yeast, stop fermenting. It's an ale, everyone. Okay, so they were imported by Shelton Brothers. Okay. 11. Oh, I didn't give you a freaking. It's 11.6. So
Woo! Wow.
Watch out when you
I'm already buzzed.
throw that bottle around.
Yeah,
Over opening. Yeah, I was scared if I should open
No,
it
you're
later or
good.
not.
You didn't know
forgot.
it.
So this was like on the bottom of the shelf. I was like, "Ooh, what's this? It's different. It's just writing." This looks really like no head, kind of imperial for sure. It's kind of a wet looking head. It looks leggy, sugary, crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Dark chocolate, dark Tootsie Roll. Can't see through, opaque. Real quick smell. Oh, that's so espresso chocolate forward. Like you so get those things. I'm looking forward to reviewing this with you. Cheers.
All right.
Cheers. I'm trying to do something. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
All right. I'm just gonna send it as I spelt it at this point. We gotta get. There you go.
Oh, there's
It's
no
going. I don't care. Thanks, Bear Man.
Well, Tommy, I'm glad our Carol's doing all right post COVID infection. So good to you, sir. Cheers to have you on aboard.
Awesome, Tommy.
We got Exhibit A, Framingham, Massachusetts. So their Sunday paper. It's an imperial stout brewed with coffee from Barrington Coffee Roasting Company. I believe they are, in Great Barrington, Massachusetts as well. 9.9% ABV. It's an occasional offering from the brewery, and it is January 14th, 2021 packaging date. So we'll see where that lens, where the coffee flavor is still. And I'm going to use I guess you would call this a stout glass. Sure. Let's take a look.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of room for the nostrils. All right. And it built up that head. Oh, a good thing I did that. Look at that. You got a 2-finger head. You have some ruby red tinges towards the bottom of the glass, but other than that, super, super dark. So, it looks good. There you go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, man.
Coffee's down.
That looks beautiful.
All right. Let's see what last beer is bringing.
Cheers. It's been a while since I've done these beers reviews. How does this work again? I drink it and then talk about it, right? Just kidding. So tonight from Mortalis out of New York, I have Celine, a collaboration between Mortalis and Three Sons out of Florida. Imperial Stout with hazelnut, Tahitian vanilla, hazelnut coffee, and maple syrup at 12%. All the Mortalis beers that any Mortalis beer that I've had has been pretty good. They do a lot of sours, and their stouts are great too. The last one I did was couch potato, the one that had potato chips in it. But
What? Potato chip.
Yep, potato chips. So pour it
Yeah.
up.
Look
So-
up some yard vineyards.
What did you say the ABV was on that?
It's
12.
Not high enough.
It's pouring like 12.
Got me beat.
It's head.
That's what I said. A nice little, got a 2-finger head, little khaki-ish caramel type head on this guy. Pretty thick body from when I poured it, but yeah, smell all those flavors in there. Hazelnut and vanilla and all that goodness. So can't wait to dive in this one. Thanks, BuMpY, for having me. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for making it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you much more than John appreciates you.
I noticed that. And it's not a fruited sour. How about that?
Imagine that.
All right. So what I'm bringing,
A dirty glass.
this beer, you can tell, leaves a good lacing.
That's
What
it.
type of beer is going to leave a good lacing like this? Well, a Stone Sublimely Self-Righteous Black IPA.
Wow.
Yes, they brought this back. It's 8.7% ABV. So it was around for a few years. People loved it. They got rid of it because they figured the black IPA wasn't as popular as it was when it first started. Brought it back for a limited time. So here it is, back for a limited time. And they do boast about on the back about it. If you buy out all of their limited time release, then maybe that will make them have to bring it back again. So everybody go out and buy it,
Buy it.
please.
Right. We love to work.
So yeah, a lot darker than the beer I brought last week. It has a very tight, kind of khaki colored head to it. The color of the beer itself, well, it is black. There's nothing in the reservoir held up to light. Like there's like no other coloration other than what you're seeing right there.
Wow.
So, I mean, maybe a little bit of a reddish brown hue around the edges, very slightly. That could just be a reflection off my Chimera shirt as well. But yeah, black. So, cheers. We'll go back
Yes.
full screen and we'll start with miscellaneous. I know it's going to be all mixed up, but we'll do our best. We'll reform everybody. Boom. Boom.
Yeah. And then I'm next to Beer Man, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
Going-
right.
Oh yeah, you guys can't see my mouse. Yeah, we're going.
We're going this way. We're going this
Right. We're going around
way. I gotta go opposite.
clockwise.
Hey, why aren't you guys following my mouse?
All right. So yeah, on the nose, still very, very chocolatey. Still got that nice maple syrup kick to it. And surprising enough, the coffee's still there. It's only been, I hate to call it a year, but God, don't bust my balls, over 20 days. Yeah, it smells pretty much the same as the day I bought it.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
No real change in the nose as I can see. Maybe it's a little bit more slightly oakier. I don't know. I am getting a little bit of that cask. It's hard. That chocolate and that maple syrup really dominant on the nose. So yeah, definitely got some legs at 11%. Still holding a pretty good head there. Cheers.
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 It's kind of ass backwards. All right, so yeah, definitely medium body. Um, low carbonation. Coffee is really, really dominant now. Like that chocolatey maple is kicked, like died down, and it's definitely more coffee and cask flavored. More of that barrels in there. I'd have to go back. I think the last time I reviewed one of these was on After Dark Beers and see what my thoughts were then. But it definitely seems a lot more coffee forward than from what I
Hopefully over
remember.
in episode 1.
I mean, it is. It's not warm enough yet. I'm sure it's still too cold, but it still tastes great. Definitely interesting. I'm gonna roll this around, try and get it warm, and see if I could pick up some different notes. But yeah, it definitely seems way more coffee forward than I remember, which is weird because usually like the coffee flavors die out after time. It's what I'm used to. So definitely interesting. Was not expecting it to be as coffee forward and robust. Yeah.
I'm trying to. I can't remember what I've had that one. I can't remember what I didn't know. I thought it was kind of fudgy or something.
Yeah. It was like real chocolatey, and now it's like it's still real chocolatey and stuff on the nose, but the palate is different. I only had one beer when I got home, so I can't blame it on that I'm half drunk. Cheers. Definitely, like I said, I'm going to try and get this warm when we do our closing notes. I'm sure I'll have some different stuff to say.
Awesome.
Right.
Thank you, Miss Linus.
I have to pull my beer out of the fridge.
Got the Guinness Extra Stout, not the Foreign Extra Stout, which is a better beer, actually, but this is just what I could find at the gas station. I'm sure we've all had it before. I'll give you some tasting notes of sorts. See, it didn't keep the head whatsoever. It's got a little ring, I guess. Can't fault it entirely. Looks like it's going to stick to the glass, which is kind of ironic because it's only a 5.6, but it's got, I guess, enough weight to stick to the glass. The aroma is heavily roasted malts and dark malts, obviously. Maybe a slight coffee. What else in there? Like a dark stuff. Prunes, maybe. No, I don't know. I'm making this up. Right? It's an old favorite that we've all had. Let's give it a sip. I'm bad with the nose. It doesn't work so good.
Prunes could very well be in there. I can't remember. I have had. I think it's the Antwerp Stout from Guinness that has like leather.
Okay.
And
okay. It's medium bodied. Seems pretty well balanced. The roast is there. No real bitter to it. I'm sure there's some kind of hop. Had to have been some kind of hops to go in there to make it beer, but they're not really pronounced. Like I said, it's pretty well balanced. Medium bodied. If I haven't said that already, it is a little cooler than it could be, so maybe the more flavors will come out in it. I don't know. It's a good beer. I mean, I'm terrible with these reviews, guys. I thought there was only going to be like 3 people here, so I ran up and got something, but it's not impressive. It's easily found, and it's not expensive. But next time I will have a better beer, something barrel aged and something higher than a 5.6%.
It's not required.
Yeah, not really required, is it? They say that it's the aroma is medium and balanced. Roast character with subtle fermentation fruitiness, and I'm not even sure what that means. A perfect rounded flavor of bitter and sweet. I can agree with that. It's fair enough. Like I said, it is super well balanced. The appearance is distinctively black and with a rich, creamy head. Well, the head went away on this one, but we have been going back around, so it took a little while to do that. Anyway, so far so good. I'm liking it, and thanks for having me. Sorry, I'm so confused like so badly. I'm just trying to.
Thank you, Dio.
Square for you. Just trying to be a little square for you. Is all.
Well, you're gonna appreciate being here because you're gonna drink more than you would have if you're just sitting off in the
I
chair.
know that's right. Huh? I know that's right.
I don't know, maybe.
Then we can finish up with a power hour.
It's Memorial Day tomorrow.
Hey, I like that beer you want, man.
Yeah, Labor Day. I got
All right,
5
let's finish
birthdays.
this up by 9 so I can go to bed by
I don't
10.
think we get distro that beer here. I never seen. What is it called again? Guinness.
Yeah, it's hard to find, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
That's the only thing they had that was that dark. I've seen the Ziegenbach, but that's an amber, and I wasn't going to be enough.
Who's Amber?
That's my new girlfriend. My wife doesn't know about it, though.
Oh,
That one.
She's a blonde, actually.
First on YouTube.
All right,
Yeah.
All right, so
It's on you, Mr. Beer Man.
all right,
It's on
let's
you.
go straight to the nose, man. Let me see if I can twirl a bit. Doesn't have any head. Well, let me bring it up a little more. Whoa, that kind of helped. That was hard. It's like a roller coaster. It elevated a little bit of head, as you can see. It's kind of like a reddish cocoa kind of colored head or something, or tan khaki head, I guess. Good leggage though. Let's get into the nose though. That's what I was really swelling that sucker. Yeah, so it's got this weird like smoky, like as if you were like an ashtray smokiness from a cigarette butt or something. Like it's got like the aftertaste smell kind of thing of a cigarette.
Lingering
Ashtray.
There's a like I guess a acridness in that sense. There's also kind of like an aged feel to it. There's this salty peanut coming out of it, salty peanut shells, more or less. If you've ever sucked the peanut shells, I like to suck salt off the peanut shells before I eat them. But I know it's gross probably to some, but it's got that kind of nuttiness, you know. But it also has like a bootstrap molasses.
wow.
You get a tobacco, the tobacco leaf, the green leaf kind of thing comes out. It's very complex. It's got a chocolate, dark chocolate, more of a semi-sweet, kind of a chilied semi-sweet chocolate with like chilies in it or some kind of like mild chilies. It's got this weird like intensity in the nose and the aromas. Very dark beer though, as I said, just dark. I'm already buzzed from the 9% the Boulevard Bike IPA I drank earlier, but holy crap, that thing's strong as hell.
Damn.
But this is nice. It's leaving a nice lacing right there, but it's kind of legging down. As you can see, 11.6. It has it's pretty kind of, I like oily looking all through it, really, like a dark chocolate brown. It does have a lighter kind of thing going on down there, but really opaque. Let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers.
I gotta remember that bootstrap.
Cheers.
I know what you're talking about.
This is thick and rich. It's also got kind of a dark cherry, dark fruit thing coming out. It's smooth, it's rich, it's acrid, in the sense that it's not like acidic, like I guess that's the wrong word to use. It's just kind of like this a dark chocolate. If you were to bite into a dark chocolate bar, that bitterness. It's got that kind of bitterness. It's got the like if you were with some espresso beans, some dark roasted coffee beans, mixing that with that dark chocolate. It's got that blend with the nice little plummy raisin thing going on, or cherries. It's thick, but it's got like nice. It's not so viscous. It's actually drinkable, and it's dry in the back. It's like that acrid kind of. No. Let's not use that again. The dark, deep roasted
or something.
Huh?
Astringency, maybe.
Astringent. There's the word. Thank you, my friend.
Beer.
Yes, astringent. Definitely an astringency in the back. With that roasted kind of dark chocolate beanie kind of thing going on espresso wise. Very nice though. It has kind of an earthiness to it. It has that tobacco, the molasses, I guess. Yeah. I mean, let me get another drink of it.
Do you get any maple flavors in there?
Another horn off of that. Yeah.
No maple. It's
No
like
maple.
drinking like a black coffee. Nothing in it, with some sugar.
Okay.
That's what it's like. Like
Yeah.
a black coffee, no milk, no creamer, just sugar. Couple teaspoons per ounce glass of coffee.
Which to me
All right.
still tastes awful.
Which is
Oh.
terrible. It needs some lactose. It needs a little more body, but it is rich and it does have those other things in it, so it's quite nice. A little thinner than I would have thought. Very boozy. It's actually kind of warming me up. It's making me sweat. All right, I'm done. Thank you so much. I've got my thoughts. Got my numbers.
Awesome. Thank you, Bear Man.
Cheers.
Yeah, all right.
You're welcome.
Well, awesome. I guess I'm the monkey in the middle here. We're going to do the Exhibit A. Once again, this is their Sunday paper, their Imperial Stout with coffee from, once again, the Barrington Coffee Roasting Company. I believe that's Great Barrington, Massachusetts, out in the western part of the state, 9.9%. Brewed in collaboration, with our friends at Barrington Coffee Roasting Company. And Exhibit A is out of Framingham, Massachusetts. They don't really list a bunch of information on what is used in the brewing of this beer on exhibit-a-brewing.com. So I'll just go through my own thoughts here. So far ahead, maybe less than a pinky's worth. And you can probably see that it does have some carbonation that's coming up to the top of the glass, just a little bit of that. Again, we're talking about ruby red. There we go, ruby red tinges around at the bottom of the glass. So not the darkest of the Imperial Stouts, but pretty dark nonetheless. Nose on this one, again, this is 1/14/2021, so January packaging, and I'm still getting the roasty, a medium roasted coffee kind of note. Dark fudge, kind of chocolatey notes there. What else am I getting? Some molasses type sweetness in there. And I mean, anything else? I don't think I'm getting the ashtray effect. I think I'm getting more of the roasty coffee. So I think that's probably, if I'm looking for more, I'm probably not going to come up with it. So there's your nose. Now let's get to the most important part of the review. Taste test.
Cheers.
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 I think a man from Australia named Swillengrove used to say that, or still does. Okay. So definitely you're getting roasty tastes from the coffee and a roasty aftertaste. Definitely up front. And then immediately you get that dark fudgy chocolate, maybe a little touch of like a vanilla kind of note. I was going to say coconut, but maybe a little bit of vanilla. Yeah, maybe a little vanilla style kind of sweetness. Definitely the molasses is in there.
Molasses.
Molasses. Yeah, Terry, I hope you're doing well.
Is that like alcohol? like Terry says it? Like alcohol?
He says that too. I am getting something that is reminding me slightly of a maple. Yeah, there's slightly a maple tinge to it. It's a little, I'm going to use the astringent word. There's a bit of that coffee roasted bitterness there. It's a little bit on the earthy side with the bitterness. I would imagine this could be in the high 20s or maybe low 30s for the bitterness. The bitterness is perceivable, but I bet you a lot of that is coffee, not so much hopping in here. Body of the beer. Oh, yeah, let's get to the body and the finish. The body of the beer, high side of medium, but I'll put it on the medium spectrum. It is kind of clean, maybe not really. There is, again, I'm getting astringency, I'm getting a little bit of a chalkiness and a little bit of some kind of a little tiny itty bitty film at the top of the mouth. And it's like I keep wanting to put my tongue on the top of the palate to like scrape that stuff off of. But it's like a really small amount of this chalkiness to it. It's pretty drinkable at 9.9%. It's got a sticky body to it. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to just chug along with this beer. But what else before I call it a day with the actual review? Again, you're getting the chalkiness and a little bit of that roasty bitter, astringent note from the coffee at the end of the sip when it finishes. So there's the review on paper, if you will, and I'll think about a rating soon. On to last. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Eric.
Cheers, Eric.
All right. So, like I said, I'm doing the Celine from Mortalis and Three Sons collab, 12%. I did leave out one of the ingredients. It has hazelnut coffee in there as well, too. So, in-house hazelnut, Tahitian vanilla, hazelnut coffee, and maple syrup. So, it was very highly carbonated. It was a lot of bubbles up top, streaming bubbles to the glass. I was like, oh, it's a pretty carbonated beer. Not too much head left. I poured a little bit of, maybe like less than a pinky on that one. There's still a little bit left in the bottle, but yeah, jet black, as you can see. Some of that carbonation kind of went away a little bit. Let's go in for a nose. So yeah, right off the bat, you get all that, the hazelnut. You get the hazelnut coffee, hazelnuts, some of that vanilla, maple syrup. Don't smell a lot of that 12% booze, so hopefully it's not overly boozy at 12%. But yeah, a lot of hazelnut, of course, because hazelnut coffee and hazelnuts. You get that vanilla sweetness, maple syrup sweetness. So yeah, let's go in for a taste and see what I pick out. So cheers.
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 Cheers. Mouse is gonna stick your finger.
Cheers. So yeah, right off the bat, the hazelnut you get right off the bat, you get that vanilla, you get that maple syrup, very full-bodied, very thick. Not too much booziness on it. You get a little bit of it on the back end, but very not overly sweet, but it's definitely like a pastry stout, like breakfast type, sipper type beer that you could crack open with your pancakes or whatever you pancakes, waffles, eggs, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the hazelnut was very prominent. Like I said, it does have the hazelnut coffee and then the in-house hazelnut. You get a lot of the maple syrup too, and then on the back end you get that vanilla sweetness. Some people, it might throw some people off if you don't like stuff that's super sweet. I like pastry stouts and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this one's good. Nice body to it. I like all the stuff they threw into it. Like I said, Mortalis does great stuff. I think this is the first time I've had something from Three Sons out of Florida. But yeah, I've heard their stouts, their regular like stouts are pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to keep sipping on this one and see if I can pull out any more flavors. I kind of get a chocolatey taste to it too, like a milk chocolate, but even though it doesn't have chocolate in it. But yeah, it's good. I like it so far. So thanks, BuMpY. Cheers to you guys. Cheers to the chat.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Lots of beer.
Cheers. Thanks for being here once again, Josh.
Thanks for having
It's
me.
always nice. Everybody asks about you all the time, and I say, "Oh, Josh doesn't like us that much."
He's sleeping.
All right. What I got left? Still, look at that. The lacing stays on this glass.
Wow.
Lots of proteins in this black IPA from Stone. The aromas. It's a mix between like some like fruit pine, like citrus pine, and a bit of some darker malts. A little bit roasty, but not getting into like a stout or porter territory where the roast comes off. It's basically like debittered. It's more or less what they're probably using, some type of debittered black malts.
Mm.
like a very slight, maybe decaffeinated coffee type smell. So not super coffee-esque, but there is some type of something that reminds me of coffee a little bit in this, with that dark, like roasty malt, but not being super roasty. Like I said, it's like de-bittered roast, but it smells dark. There's a lot of hoppiness to it, a lot of fruit notes. Like I said, citrusy, definite pine coming through as well. Say a little bit of some darker fruits, tad bit of like a something close to a plum. Anyways, plum's the closest that it reminds me of the dark fruits, but not quite plum on. I think it's a new French word I just created, plum on. All right. Cheers. Anyways, let's get into this.
Plum on. Plum up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Medium.
Oh, shit, never mind.
Oh, go
I thought
ahead,
you were
Stan.
doing. You said cheers.
Yay! There's like
What's up?
I pulled the trigger too soon, so.
Oh, sorry.
I got distracted.
Yeah, the body on this, it's got like a medium heft to it. Medium carbonation, a little bit more spiky than some that I would just classify as medium on the carbonation. So, but not quite. It's not like drinking a like a Budweiser with their carbonation or anything. It's not as full on spritzy in the mouth. Yeah, it's like that dark roast, still underlying, like it's not quite going into like the porter or stout territory. So like a de-bittered black roastiness, definitely roasty though. A little bit of a citrus type note, kind of a bit floral, I would say as well on the flavor. And then it hits with this bitterness. It's a little bit of a mix between what you might find in like a stout bitterness, kind of that sharp bite, but it comes off like super piney on the bittering finish, and that it just lingers. This one has a pretty big bittering bite to it, so I'm not going to call this one moderate. I'm going to say this is a high bitterness, but even with that big old like strong pine type flavor, and that definite darker roast type astringency, acridness. One of them's more of a mouthfeel. One of them's more of that kind of bitter bite type thing. I think it's acrid. Acrid's more the bitter bite.
Okay, so yeah.
Try not to mess up the mouthfeel between the flavor and the mouthfeel thing. But yeah, you definitely get a bit of that kind of that black malt bite at the finish. But like I said, it is a lot of hop forward pininess. So mid range, a bit citrus, a bit floral, very, very piney bite, but does not go into that area which I call harsh bitterness, which is pretty amazing because this has quite the kick of bitterness. It just doesn't it doesn't make me feel like I'm chewing on hops, but there's plenty of that hoppy bitterness in there. Kobe's gonna go outside. 8%, 8.7% ABV. I would say the alcohol is not detectable in this at all. There's no alcohol presence. There's no warming from drinking this. This is my second one tonight. I would say it definitely does start to hit you. You start to feel that buzz come on pretty quickly, especially if you're tired. which I am. Yeah, I'm going to be thinking of a score. This is, I will say right now, definitely, it's in my tops for black IPA for sure. I'll say right now, this beats out one of my favorite old time black IPAs. Not Todd's black IPA. No, not Todd's. But Shipyard had a black IPA. I bought the hell out of that thing. Never see it anymore, but yeah, I bought that thing constantly. Enjoyed that, and this is better than Shipyard's for sure.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yep.
Really like that.
All right. Well, we'll move around again. Miscellaneous. Cheers.
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 Sorry, dude.
Cheers.
Sorry, I've done it to you plenty of times.
All right, so yeah. Final notes on the Mackinac Fudge after a year. It's just the more it warms, it's just way more coffee forward. Very light maple. Chocolate's there. It's kind of on the dry finish. Black roasty coffee, not acrid. Slight smokiness to it. Forgot to mention this at 11%. It really wasn't boozy on the nose initially. Starting to warm up, little on the palate. Not really on the nose. More of this, now that it's warmed up, I'm getting a lot more of that vanilla, that barrel, bourbon barrel vanilla, and that maple. It's really good. So, yeah. I guess if I had to score this thing, it was better than the last time I had it. Picked out a few flaws in it last time. It could have been just that pack of beer that I had or just that bottle. I'll go ahead and score this at, I'll score it at a 97.
Wow.
From the last time. First time I had it, I scored it 100. Last time I scored it, I think it was more in the 94 range. I like it. It's definitely a little different since it's had some age to it. So, like I said, overall not bad. Kind of weird flip flop. Usually the coffee dies out and the other adjuncts come forward. Total opposite with this. So, I'm not sure if we're doing shout outs now or.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess. What?
Yeah, do shout outs.
Yeah. So, I hit 100 subs today on my beer channel. Cheers to that. Other than that, you can catch me on Instagram. Probably figure something out. I might do something for the 100 subs. I don't know. I got to figure it out. So, just stay tuned for some more miscellaneous brew reviews. And, check all these guys out. I think everybody's accounted for and can call their stuff out except for John and Ellie. Stout Sunday, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, AM. Bring a stout or a porter. Get your swerve on. Cheers, guys. Thanks for having me, Bumpy.
Awesome.
Thanks for being here.
All right. So what I brought tonight. Oh no, I'm kidding. Right. Yeah. Pour another one to waste some time. I don't have any shout outs, but I did make some pieces to a video, but I need to put more pieces with it to make it a real video. So that'll be coming out before long. Okay, good old Guinness Extra Stout. We've all had it a million times. If you haven't, go try it. It's definitely satisfying. It's not probably something you'd want to drink on a hot day necessarily. It's not near as thick as most other stouts that you'd find. It is kind of, I'm not going to say watery, but it is a bit thinner. And so there's a lot better flavors and stouts with better flavors. I cannot word today. Anyway, with all that being said, I score this I'll give it an 89. 89. I'm not sure what they had on the Beer Advocate or whatever. I'll give it an 89. There is a lot better stouts out there. There's nothing wrong with this one, but it's just it's just not awesome. It is easy to find. It's probably the first stout that all of y'all have tried. When you first started doing stouts, it was probably one of the first ones that you tried. I'm guessing. If not, then you go back and try it. But yeah, so that was my shout outs, I guess. I'll be looking for some videos coming up, or a video or something. And yeah, and thanks for having me. Cheers to beers. 89
Thank
for
you.
Guinness.
Cheers to beer.
Cheers to beers.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Chug, chug,
All
chug,
right.
chug.
So, all right. So, this. Are we doing
Let's try
a
that
take
again.
three? Take
You
three.
know,
All
thing.
right, so, it's a. This is an American Imperial Stout, y'all. That's what I found out. It's almost jet blacky, chocolatey stout, though, with a variety of aromas and flavors. From ashtray to green tobacco leaf to rich crazy molasses and to leathered and black cherries to peanut shell salty nuttiness. So rich, full, medium body though, smooth and creamy mouthfeel. I never even got into that with the review. I always forget that shit. Earthy black coffee though with sugar and no creamer. It's just it didn't really even have the lactose-y kind of thickness that I would look for in a body for this. So it does have sticky lips, so there was some sticky things going on there. Some rich dark chocolate though, and that dark coffee. It's just real dry, medium finish. Alcohol is pretty hidden, but has some booziness. You know, there's some, but sweet but dry. Overall, very interesting and creative stout. So for the Netherlands. So this is a score of a 93 out of 100 from Beerman. I think it's adequate enough. It's definitely A range. It's just it's a European style American Imperial Stout. So it's how they do things over there, I guess. But it's pretty good. Not bad. Yeah, so shout outs for me. Tuesday will be 8 o'clock. It's on. I got my cheese, got some beer for that. So I'll bring that for the Beer and Cheese Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then Wednesday will be I'm leaving Thursday for Arizona. So Wednesday I'll do a beer mixer. So do that at 6 o'clock Eastern for you guys on the East Coast, 3 o'clock Pacific. And bring a couple things to mix or one thing to mix with the beer. 2 beers, I don't care what it is. Just mix it with the beer and let's go for it. All right, man. Cheers to you guys. Thank you so much. Cheers. All right. I'm wasted, man.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, young man.
Congrats, miscellaneous.
Feels
You won
good.
it, man.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what happened. Did you win another beer raffle, did you?
Got any beer left? A little bit in the can. Let's pour that sludge out of it. Sludge. It pops, it fizzes, it's effervescent. Yeah. There's where the head goes when you put beer in there. Gone. Maybe a pinky. Not even a pinky nail's worth. But we're doing, again, Exhibit A, Framingham, Massachusetts there. Sunday Paper Imperial Stout with coffee. I forget what Beer Advocate said. They might have said 92. I forget. But, yeah, there's a lot of astringency that's left in the finish on this beer, and there's a kind of a chalkiness that we talked about that maybe, I don't know if it's rough around the edges or some smoothing out could be done to kind of alleviate some of that astringent chalkiness to it. But other than that, I don't know how vibrant the coffee is, but I am getting roasty notes from the coffee, so it's still there. I'm getting that medium towards full roasty kind of coffee notes there. But besides that, I should say, you're getting your fudgy, chewy notes. You're getting, I didn't even say dark cherries, but definitely dark cherries. Something that reminds me of vanilla, also something that reminds me of the maple. So I think you're getting pretty classical flavors of an American style Imperial Stout, just with the added roastiness of actual coffee. So in that regard, it's not going to get any less than a 90 out of 100 from me. I still think that, although I do appreciate the really roasty kind of bitterness at the end, I think some of the aftertaste could be rounded out a little bit in I don't know if that's just the brewing ingredients or how they actually brew that beer, but that was rounded off a little bit. I could give it a little higher rating, but 90 out of 100, not too bad for
Not bad at all.
Exhibit A. Everything I've had has pretty much been at least an A standard. So, I mean, Exhibit A is one of the better beers in New England you can get in the store, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, cheers to that. And cheers to Wednesdays, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for another episode of Wild Card Wednesday. Come on over with a beer, a wine, or a spirit, or any alcoholic beverage, really. And just don't be a douche. We'll have some fun and keep it pretty lively and not too extremely serious. Just have a good time with some good people. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Here.
Cheers, Eric.
Well, from Exhibit A to Exhibit B, it's time for another round of Josh doesn't have any head again.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Josh.
This beer is really good. Like I said, I've had another stout by Mortalis, and that was really good. The potato chip one. I like the flavors to it. I'm not a huge hazelnut person, but it blends well with the maple syrup and the vanilla and the coffee-esque type flavors on it. Great body to it. Like I said, full body. It's very, very thick in your mouth.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Right.
And then at 12%, you really don't taste a lot of the booziness. It's very well hidden, which can be kind of dangerous if you. This is one you don't want to be slamming back on like a hot summer day or something.
Yeah.
But it might give you a bellyache more than it would anything else. But yeah, this is good. I like how all the flavors come together and make it a nice breakfast pastry stout. So if you see it, don't buy it because it's not good. But
Damn.
are there any eggs in it?
maybe. So I might be on the toilet later. But it's delicious. Score-wise, I'll give it a 96.
Oh, nice.
I think it's really good.
Oh, that's very
Yeah,
good.
that does sound good. Yeah.
Pick
Nice.
it again. I think this 500 ml bottle was like $20 bucks. I think nothing too crazy.
It better be a 96.
Yeah,
Right, for that guy's, eh?
but yeah, I let it warm up a little bit more. I was in one of the other fridges at 55, sitting for a while. I picked this up a couple months ago, but yeah, I like this one. Interested to try some of the other Mortalis stouts that come around my area. So 96 for this guy, and as for shout outs, Instagram Philly Crooker 87 is where I am all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All my beer stuff. But yeah, thanks for having me, BuMpY. Cheers to the panel, cheers to the chat, and
Cheers to you.
everyone have a great Labor Day weekend holiday.
Oh,
Cheers,
Sweden,
Josh.
Sweden has great beer.
Thank you.
Cheers, Josh.
Cheers.
Dude, you're in a great place, bro. BSB.
Virus going over. Does that mean that you caught a virus?
Uh,
No, I don't think so.
you better use McAfee virus.
And big.
Everything is okay with this. I'm going over, so I think he's coming here. Is the way I'm reading it anyway.
Just wear your mask, man.
Yeah,
So, here in Sweden, we got a lot of great beer.
get Norton
But everything
antibiotics.
is okay. But when everything is
Right.
okay,
Yeah, you should join up on What the ABV once a month. Lots
That'd
of
be awesome.
Swedish beers end up on that show. Come
Mhm.
over that way, anyways. Um,
It's your
Yeah.
turn there, Bumster.
it's my turn.
It's your
Pepper
turn.
Stone, just in case Sutton shows up. Stone, sublimely self-righteous black IPA. This is downright the best Stone beer that I've had in years.
Wow.
Most of the stuff I pick up is from Stone. Their IPAs typically all taste exactly the same. I've been disappointed in some of their stouts and other things. And this one's really, really good. I like it. I'm going to give this black IPA a 98 out of 100. I think everybody, if you can find it, because it is limited release, so if you can still find it, give it a go. It's what the black IPA should be. It's got it all going for it. It's very, very hoppy, very bitter, but not harsh. It's got the dark roast notes in there without being too bitter on that side of it, and without making it taste like it's just a super hoppy stout or hoppy porter. It tastes like its own thing, which is what this style was intended, and they did a great job. I think they were probably like maybe the third or so brewery to brew a black IPA.
Oh, wow.
It started off in Vermont, actually.
Oh yeah,
First black IPA. So, and then it made its way over there. That's where the West ended up claiming the Cascadian Dark Ale.
Yeah.
Even though it didn't start over in the West, it started here in the East.
I didn't know that. Cheers.
You call it the Blue Ridge
Yeah, New England.
Dark IPA.
But yeah, this is really, really fantastic. Recommend it. Highly recommend it. If there's any beer you're gonna get from Stone, if you like IPAs, if you like dark beers, go for this one. Way better than the Arrogant Bastard for sure.
Good.
Shout outs. We got blah 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 blah.
Yeah, man.
Next Sunday will be another After Dark Beers. These girls may join us. Maybe we can find some different girls. I'll have to do some searching, some soul searching. Kind of like some of them. I think they can probably stay. They can probably stay for a few shows, anyways. So that's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring a dark beer. Just bring a dark beer. Josh could do it. You can do it too.
And a back scratcher.
Anybody, if I can do it, you can do it.
Right. Back scratcher.
Back scratcher.
You have a back scratcher.
Bring whatever sour you want.
Tomorrow night is Monday. That means that Multi Monday is going to be running. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh yeah, that's on Bumpy Road Brewery's channel. That's
Bumpy Road.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
the one that you're. That's the one that you're watching. If you hear me say this, it's this channel. We're going to be looking at the gluten-free beers. So
What'd you
a
call
little
it?
bit different. A lot of people don't drink gluten-free beers free willingly. So none of my panel members are either. This is to do the show. So go out there, find yourself a gluten-free beer. If you want to join up on panel, have a gluten-free beer. If you want to join up in chat, just join up in the chat along. And if you so happen to have a gluten-free beer and want to drink along and kind of compare notes to what you're drinking, maybe if you do pick one up, you'll have one that one of the panel members will have as well.
Words are hard.
Yeah, cool.
I'm a gluten.
But yeah, everybody just on that show just act like a normal, rational human being. You're more than
Oh,
welcome.
shoot, I was going to show
More than
up.
welcome on. And
Counts me out.
you can show up as long as you're not wearing that Chatio shirt tomorrow.
I did this because he did. I got one more little shout out. Let me do the shout out, please.
I'll let you go and do that.
He did way better than I ever imagined.
He survived.
He survived.
Yeah.
He didn't wince as much as a lot of people. I was so impressed with him. All right, I'm done with that. But it's an honor of Chatio's accomplishment today.
Cheers, Chatio.
And
Hope
God bless his
Cheers,
asshole tomorrow.
Now let's meet tomorrow.
God bless his asshole tomorrow. Okay, I'm done, Jesse. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Hopefully he's stocked up on toilet paper.
and popsicles.
But yeah, no, I want to say cheers first off to the panel. Thank you guys for being here. It makes the show go better when there's more than a couple.
Sure thing.
So thank you all for being here, bringing your dark beers. I want to thank the chat, thank the viewers. If you're just watching along, weren't chatting. If you'd like to chat, you know how to chat, right? We've got the post comment button thing down there. You just type in there, and as long as it's not neglected or whatever, not neglected, but taken off because of something that YouTube finds offensive or something like that, then you can go ahead and post it. Post wherever you like. And thanks to the chat as well, the ones that were chatting along. Appreciate you guys. You keep the flow going. You keep the conversation going for the most part in the chat. So thank you all. It's been a great night, and hope to see you all tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch us drink some gluten-free beers. Gluten-free beers.
Free.
They are a different breed, so it'll be interesting. But yeah, till next time. Cheers. Have a great night.
Say bye, Grace.
Say bye, Danielle.
Say bye, Grace.
Well, we're still live.
BuMpY songs.
Well, we hit the wrong
Oh,
button.
boys, we're going to do a power hour now.
Are we live still?
Everyone grab your
All right, that was the wrong button. But
Even the cat's
Good night.
disappointed in his life.
We lost our
Broadcast.
captain.